Hey man, I'm excited, man. We're here with one of the Bay Area's best kept secrets, man. Two of the masterminds of the brand Fine Girl, and just two entrepreneurs that are making it happen at such a young age. How are you guys doing today?
Really good. How are you?
Really good.
I'm good, thank you. I'm like I said, I'm excited because I just asked you guys your age, and how old are you guys?
I'm 21.
I'm 22.
22. So Najja, you're 21,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sade is 22. Damn, that is so like I'm young, like I'm 23, and I'm just like, damn, how did you guys do it? That's the first question that comes to my mind. But I know there's a lot that goes to it. So let me ask you guys, like, where were you guys born and raised?
East Bay. So we was born in the city, but we grew up in San Leandro in Oakland.
Okay, can you get closer, like a little bit?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah.
You want me to say that again?
Yes.
Okay. So we was born in the city, but we grew up in San Leandro in Oakland.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, a lot of these people that I've been sitting down with, most of them are from the Bay Area, and I just love it because I'm from here, and I think it's important to highlight stories like your guys's, especially for a lot of people who want to start something online, or someone who's like trying to step out of their comfort zone and just become a creator or something, you know. Mm-hmm. Being from Oakland and just the East Bay, do you think like that kind of shaped who you are today?
Definitely, yeah.
What kind of stands out when you think about what shaped you to who you are?
I think the Bay has this energy, this like entrepreneurial, independent energy, and there's a lot of hustlers that come out the Bay. And my parents are hustlers, so it's just always inspired me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But because obviously at the time when you guys started, what did you guys start first? Did you start the YouTube? Did you start the brand? What did you start first?
YouTube. We started YouTube first.
She really like started all of it. She was, well, you can tell your own story, but
okay. So I started YouTube when I was 11, but it was just on some like I was bored and I didn't have like friends, you know. I got bullied a lot in like middle school, so it was just like my outlet, and then it ended up being my job. So when I turned like 16, that's when I started really making money. So then I couldn't get a job anywhere else, so I was like, okay, I have this YouTube job, but also I kind of want more money, you know. So we used the money that I would make from my YouTube videos, and we used that to fund Fine Girl Hair. So we were selling hair from 16, 17, 18, and 19, all of those years together. And then, then after we graduated high school, we took the money we made from selling hair and we funded the clothing brand. Mm-hmm. So that's how it went.
Damn. So did it take a minute for like the YouTube to pop off, or was it just like
totally?
Yeah.
Like YouTube was hard. Like I feel like now people probably think like, I don't know, social media is just like it now. But back in the day, like, you know, like it was not easy. Like you had to really like work to get any type of like engagement or views, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's a little bit easier now, but definitely it was hard. Yeah.
I can hear you, but it would be a little bit better if you could just put a little bit of like
okay.
Perfect. Oh. Yeah, that's cool.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if anything, we could go back and fix the audio a little bit. But no, yeah, I think that's very interesting. Because you did have to put that groundwork in, right? And then was the goal always like, or what was the goal when you started? Was it just like, I just want to be known on YouTube, or?
When I started, I just wanted to make some friends. Like I really didn't have any friends, and that was my like main mission, I guess, was to just create like an internet audience. So I went into it just with the desire to build a community, really. And
you guys did, and that's the best part, you know. So when did you kind of hop in the picture of like the YouTube?
Okay, I started my YouTube channel in 2017 or 2018.
That was separate from your sister's.
Yeah, because her subscribers, I would be in her video sometimes, and her subscribers would be like, Najja, you should make a channel. Yeah. So one day I just decided to do it, and I started like making makeup videos, and my first video got like 100,000 views, and I was like, this is crazy for my first video. So I just kept going, and then kind of built our audiences from there, and kind of like merged into one with Fine Girl.
Yeah. So like now, would you say everything kind of falls under the brand Fine Girl?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that was cool though, because you got two sides of the story, right? You got the one where like, man, you just got that big audience, which some people do, but then you still have to like keep building off of that. Mm-hmm. It's not just it. And then you got your story where it's like, nah, you built this from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like we made this shit happen.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. So when did Fine Girl come in the picture, when you guys felt like, man, we just have an audience that now we can kind of like cater to?
So back in high school, like our hair always was different. Like we always had a new hairstyle every single day because we would get free hair sent to us because we was like influencers. So brands will reach out and want us to work with them and whatever. So we always had new hairstyles. So eventually, like, people would say, like, y'all need to start your own hairline. Like, your hair is always, like, you know, done. It always looks hella good. So it was like, all right, let's do it. So, what was the question?
No. Basically, yeah, how to Fine Girl come apart, but
okay.
that's what it is. So you took something that, like, it happens. It's all good. Like when you got the lights and all that. But yeah, so you took something that you were like, man, let me, you know, I want to be my own fashion. I want to have my own style. And then you're like, man, maybe I could share this with other people.
Yep, yes, that's exactly how it started. But with the hair, like, we weren't really passionate about that. We were just doing it. I guess not really to pass time, but we never expected it to go past.
Just to make money as high school.
Yeah,
really.
Pretty much. But then when we graduated high school, it was like we want to transition into something that we actually care about, which is fashion. And we love 2000s fashion. And I remember we was trying to find like velour tracksuits just to wear, and we couldn't find any. So we was like, maybe we should just start selling these, because if you can't find something, make it, you know, and fill that gap in the market. So that's exactly what we did, and it worked.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, I think you just said it right there. It's, you got to find that gap and then fill it in.
Yeah.
And then the beautiful part was you guys already had the audience to
Yep.
kind of, like, you know, like I said, filter it through there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's dope. So you guys, I mean, was there like a certain pivot point where like you just started getting like hella orders? Was it like, how did you guys kind of start everything up though, like making that transition?
Honestly, I still don't really know. It was like seamless, but because like I said, we were selling hair, and then just the next day we weren't, you know. But our audience that we had built prior to selling clothes, they still like followed us, you know. They didn't like stop supporting, because, you know, sometimes it'll be like, well, you're not selling what I want anymore, I'm gonna, you know, not support you. But they kept, you know, rocking with us. And then I would say, like, really once COVID happened, like, our product is very like chill. Like, we're wearing tracksuits right now, which is what we sell. And it's we're, you know, relaxing, comfortable, whatever. So everybody was locked at home, and, you know, you want to be cute, you don't want to be in pajamas all day. So you know, a tracksuit is the next best sorry. The next best thing. Right. So
it's all good.
So yeah, we basically
you guys okay? I don't got no insurance, so I can't get hurt here.
But yeah, so I think that's when we really started to like see the growth, was during the pandemic. And
yeah, okay, damn, that's pretty dope. So then, was it, like I said, your first drop, it hit, and then you guys kind of were like, man, let's build off of this?
Yep. Our first drop was December 2019, like the first week of December, and it was successful. But I think we didn't sell out immediately, but it was still a success. And then, like I said, once it got to be like March 2020, April, we would sell out like instantly, like within the same day, 30 minutes sometimes. Like, it got to be crazy. Yeah.
Damn. So how are you guys doing all this, or how are you guys dealing with this while being 21, 22 years old? Because not your average 21, 22-year-old are making these kind of moves. Like, how are you guys dealing with that?
Honestly, we just kind of do it. Like, we don't think about it, we just do it. But we always talk to each other about how we don't feel like like normal young adults, because we've been working since we were like, what, 15, 16? It's kind of insane, but that's just what, you know, we signed up for. Yeah. But I'm grateful that we're in this position. It's just, sometimes it's a lot, because sometimes we act like 50-year-old men, you know, but we're not. Like, I don't know. We just have to find a balance with being like young adults, but also entrepreneurs. It's kind of hard, but we're managing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are great. So if you were to give a tip right now to like someone who's trying to start their own business, you know, something along the lines of like a Fine Girl, something that, you know, they can throw their own flavor into, but then they can distribute it to the world. Like, what would kind of be something you would tell them? You maybe get a tip from like each of you guys.
Okay.
I think to be original and to just stick to your script and like not rush the process, because I think a lot of people get into it and they want to make money immediately. You're not going to make money for a long time, and it just has to be your passion, because if you're not passionate about it, then it's not going to work at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say. Just be patient and know that, like what she said, like, you're probably going to be not broke, but not, you know, rich within the first year. Like, you have to really stay with it. Like, you might be working 10 years before you see a profit, you know, and to just be ready for that, because that's the realities of entrepreneurship.
So it sounds like you guys really put in the dirty work, like the late nights, you know, early mornings. Mm-hmm. You guys have a story that like always stands out when it comes to just like putting in hard work that you guys just made something happen?
I think what I remember, like early memories, was when we was in high school, and every morning, like, or every night after we would come home from school, do our homework. I just remember we would be packaging orders in our room, like just shipping out here, and then the next day, like every morning, going to like the little blue box and then dropping off orders, and then going right to school. So like that's what I remember as like a teenager. Like, wow, like, okay, we've been doing this. So it's just I don't know, it's just funny.
And then speaking of school, you went into UC Berkeley. Did you do too, or both of you guys? Okay.
Well, I didn't go to UC Berkeley, but I go to Cal State East Bay.
Cal State East Bay. Okay, I went there for a year. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so take me through that process, because man, it sounds like you already have a lot on your hands with the brand.
Yeah.
So how did you do that while going to UC Berkeley?
Honestly, I be telling people like I'm some sort of like alien or something, because the fact that I was able to graduate in 4 years while running a business without like completely losing my mind is insane. I don't know how I did it, honestly. I can't really tell you, but I don't know. It was a lot. Berkeley is not easy.
Let me ask you, why did you decide to go to UC Berkeley?
Well, I never really wanted to go to college, but my parents wanted me to, so I just did it to satisfy them, I guess. But I chose Berkeley because it was closest to my home and I didn't want to go anywhere else. But also just for the name, you know, it's prestigious and people respect you when they hear that you went to Berkeley. But yeah.
Yeah. What did you study?
I studied media studies.
Media studies. So would you say you were able to find a way to like incorporate it to your brand now?
Definitely. I learned a lot about like public image, just the way the media works, journalism, marketing, all that. It was an interdisciplinary major, so I learned a lot about different fields.
Yeah, damn. And that's, like I said, you're able to turn that into profit in your own way, right? Because do people usually get like a job after that, or is it like
yeah, if you do internships, but I didn't do an internship because
you
I
did
was
it at your own
right,
brand,
right, yeah, yeah. So I honestly, I would say that my college experience was different from a lot of people's because I had a different end goal from a lot of people. Like, I'm not leaving with the intent to find a corporate job. I'm here to soak up knowledge, I guess, and just connect with people.
Do you feel like you built relationships to where now you can?
I built a few relationships, but not as many as I expected to because COVID hit like right when I started, and that kind of changed things. But I've definitely met a lot of cool people.
Yeah. So Sade, are you in school for the same reason, or kind of?
I hella took a year or a semester off because I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, it really got to be too much. I'm graduating though.
Yeah.
I graduate in the fall.
Okay.
But
congratulations.
Yeah. So I took a semester off. We actually both did. I think she might have took a year off, but she hustled hard to like finish.
How I finished in 4 years. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But
they're gonna come check your degree. Like, hold on, this. Yeah, man, that's crazy though. Like, you guys are real. You know, you guys are really disciplined. Like, if anything can come to my mind hearing that story, is like, man, you guys are real disciplined. Because
thank you.
And then how much does it help to have each other throughout this whole process?
It really does. Like, yeah.
That's the only reason I think we've gotten this far is because we have each other. I would not be able to do anything without her.
Straight up. What do you guys think you guys mean to each other? Yeah, we're gonna get deep with this. Yeah. When was the last time you told your sister all this?
I'm crying. Honestly, we don't really like say it. We just know it. You know?
No, I feel you.
Feeling, but
it's always good to hear.
Like, she's my best friend. I don't really have a lot of friends. She's my best friend. She's the only person that understands me. I actually just told her that yesterday. She's the only person that understands me. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I would agree because, man, you guys built a whole business together because, yeah, man, when you're building a business with somebody, you have to, like, learn how to get along with them. Because even if you don't get along with, because do you guys agree on everything? And is there, like, conflict sometimes?
There's some conflicts, but for the most part, we get along.
Yeah.
How do you guys deal
minimal,
with that?
Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it more so, like, you have an idea, you're like, okay, that sounds cool, and then run with it?
Sometimes it'd be like, we're usually on the same page. I don't even think. Yeah, I can't even think about something the last time we disagreed on something.
Really?
Yeah, we pretty much think
you guys just are
same.
Intertwined. Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
What would you credit your mindset to?
I think how our parents raised us, to be honest. Like when we were growing up, I couldn't stand them because they were so like strict, and we come from a religious background. My father is a preacher, so you know, every Sunday we're going to church. So like it's also, I think what instilled in us was like our faith as well. But our parents not really letting us do much. Like we couldn't really go out or party or anything. So like while we was stuck at home on the weekends, that's where the hustling came in, because like we can't do nothing, so let's just figure out a way to make some money. Like, you know, like, but I think it definitely paid off, because now we're very grounded and very disciplined, and
Yeah. So now it's, you know, it's crazy to even say, but you guys are, like I said, barely 21, 22. What is the next step? Because you guys are building a Fine Girl. Is it just you guys right now working on the company, or do you guys have?
Yeah, it's just us.
What would be like the next step? Do you guys have any goals or plans?
We're trying to build a team, and like we usually hire people for like seasonal. So like during like the summer or like holidays when it gets really busy. But right now it's like, it's just seasonal. So I want to have a team that's like year round and more like a fully functioning team where it's not like, you know, like I said, seasonal. Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think that, you know, that would definitely help you guys just expand, right? Because do you guys eventually want to own like a retail store?
Totally.
Yep.
I think, like a goal we have is to do not necessarily like a chain, but we want to have like storefronts within like, you know, the most popular cities, you know, that we get.
Yeah. No, I definitely see it. Would you guys think of what, like LA, like
totally LA,
some international. We have a lot of international customers, like Australia. It's crazy. Yeah. Canada. It's interesting.
We definitely want to do a store out here, but we just don't know exactly where. Probably the city, or maybe San Francisco or San Jose. Yeah.
So when it comes to the marketing, who's kind of like the head of that right now? Is it both you guys too?
It's kind of both of us. We do different things. Like I make a lot of TikTok and Instagram, like video content, and then she'll make like posters, infographics and stuff like that, and like sale announcement, stuff like that, the static posts.
So what do you think has helped you guys, like from what you guys seen as far as marketing goes? What has been something that's been hitting for you? Has it been the TikToks? Has it been like, do you guys have influencers wear your clothes?
We do a lot of influencer marketing, but I noticed that our audience, they like seeing us more than like other people. We made a TikTok showing our new styles, and it went, I guess you could say it went viral. It got a good amount of views, and it was both of us in it. So I was like, that's interesting. They like seeing both of us.
Yeah. And I think that when it comes to influencer marketing right now, what we're like, I guess, prioritizing is more so just like PR and gifting rather than just paying out, because what we notice is that like when we do pay influencers, it's never like a big return. And it like a lot of these celebrities that we send stuff to wear it for free anyway. So we've been getting a lot of like organic, I guess, support from celebrities without us like having to pay them. So that's been really cool to see.
What does PR mean?
It's like when you send like someone something for free. So like they're on your PR list. So every time we do a new drop, we'll send them amongst like everyone else like that we have on the list, like free stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's like free products.
Right. And then, like you said, because you're not paying them, they're going to wear it because they like it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So then that's how you, like you said, that's real organic right there. And then they'll go post their own TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Damn. How long did you guys feel like you guys had to be at a certain point to do that? Or was that something that you guys from the get-go kind of like found out?
We've been doing it since we started, honestly. Yeah. People have just always been supportive and interested in what we sell. So
yeah, but recently though it's been a little bit more, you know, support, because you know the brand's growing. But I think like when our first drop with selling clothes, like we got so many like celebrities reaching out. So yeah, it's been consistent.
Yeah. So right now, what is like the mission? Like if you guys were to have like a mission statement, what is your guys' mission?
What is our mission? I just think to reach more people, reach more girls, and just expand. Honestly, that's always the goal, to just expand.
Yeah, and to just empower them and help them like understand like their beauty and their worth, like outside of just fashion, you know, like our brand name is Fine Girl, but it doesn't necessarily mean like the exterior, you know. It's really on like what's on the inside and how you know, are treating yourself, and how, you know, like your confidence and all of that, you know?
Yeah. So how did you guys come up with the name Fine Girl? Was it because like all that?
So the way we came up with the name, our whole story is kind of, it doesn't make sense to me sometimes because it's like how, you know, like,
right.
So like I said, my father's a preacher, so every Sunday we're going to church. So it was one Sunday, church was over, and we were just in the car waiting for our parents to like come and, you know, leave or whatever. So we're in the car and we're talking about like, what should we call this hair brand we're going to do, you know? And we're just throwing out like ideas or whatever. And then I think we had said like, I think you might have said like one name, and then the second name we said was Fine Girl, but it was like just instantly, like it just rolled off the tongue. Like I didn't even think about it. Like we just said Fine Girl. So like, I just think it was God. Like this whole entire brand is just God. And we're being just like, he's just using us, you know, for his purpose, because this is not us.
Yeah.
It's literally just all God.
Yeah.
Damn. So would you say your spirituality from, you know, your dad being a preacher and just like being in the, you know, what is it, church, right? Mm-hmm. Just helped you guys outside of it?
Totally. Yeah. I feel like that's the only reason why we came so far. Like that's it. Mm-hmm. Like that's our source. Yeah, for sure.
Like we definitely see his hand over our lives, and just coming from such a household that's grounded in faith, we've just been blessed, I think, our entire lives, and we're going to continue to remain blessed as long as we stay faithful.
Yeah. Damn. That's real. Cause I think, you know, when people usually always say like keep God first, or like God, family, and then business, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Cause I think sometimes, man, you could get lost in the sauce of like just the business world. Totally. Has that ever happened to you guys? Yeah.
I think that's why I had to take off school, because it was getting to a point where it was like unhealthy, and it's like, okay, work, and then school. So it's like I'm doing everything, and it's like I'm not even taking enough time for me, and like focusing on what really matters. Because like, yeah, like, you know, your career is important, but it's not everything. Money isn't everything. It's about, you know, living life and enjoying, you know, in the moment and things like that. So like experiencing burnout is probably, I don't ever want to experience that again. Like it's seriously like terrible. But yeah.
What was that? No, me and Alice were literally just talking about burnout. So what do you think led to that point? Like you said, it was just, you just keep grinding every day and just forgetting about you.
And I feel like our generation has like this hustler mentality, which it's okay to a certain extent, but like the no sleep and just going 24 hours a day, like I was living that. And I felt like, no, like that's not healthy, you know, and eventually you're going to crash. And yeah, so
it wasn't like sustainable. Like no way you could do this every day of your life.
Yeah. Just taking breaks and like one day at a time. And when you feel like it's getting too much, to just sit down. Like you don't have to keep going. Yeah. You don't feel like you need to.
So when you were going through that burnout, was it just like, man, I don't even want to look at Fine Girl, or was it just like not, you were moving the same, or what was that burnout like?
Like I was like depressed. Like, okay, it's just going, okay. When I was experiencing burnout, it was just so much going on. Like, I feel like people don't really understand like business is hard. Like it's not easy. And I feel like some people like look at us and they think, oh, it's like a walk in the park, but it's hard, you know? So, I mean, when I was experiencing it, I didn't even want to get out of bed. Like, I'm like, I don't feel like responding to emails. I don't feel like going to ship orders today. No, I'm not doing it. So I was just like sitting in the bed. I'm like, wait, like this isn't even healthy. Like if it got to be this bad, then something needs to change, you know? So.
Damn, that's real. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Yeah, but like she said, it's unhealthy to try to keep going, but I would just keep going because I feel like one of us has to, you know, keep going. And then, yeah, I don't know. I know healthy ways to deal with it now, but in the past I was not dealing with it healthily.
Right. And you know, it's funny. It's like some people, they need that push, like, come on. But then there's some people where it's like, hold on, you kind of have to hold them back, where it's like, man, there's a life. But I think as what you said, it's like our generation, like, you know, we just see the bigger picture. So it's like, it's easy to be like, nah, I just need to keep doing this. And,
yeah, that's true.
What helped you get back to it? Like helped you like refresh, feel like this is something you want to do again?
Just like deep reflection and like prayer and just taking time to myself, like just a few days, like, okay. Cause like, it's only us. Like we really can't take too much time to like, you know, sit down, but like a day or two and like just sit with myself and like reflect.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I have a bunch of questions. When it comes to you guys working together, do you guys like? No, let me ask more like life mindset questions. Because I know you guys are 21, 22, making this type of money. Like, is it tempting to like go like splurge? Do you guys have like a long term like financial goal, like personal goals?
Yeah, like right now we're trying to scale our brand, and like eventually like we've broke like $1 million in sales already, but like we want to be like a multi-million-dollar business. You know, we want to be on the same level as these our white counterparts, and our male counterparts like Fashion Nova or Forever 21. I feel like there's like the brand has that potential. So right now we're just trying to be more strategic in the way we market and advertise and just everything that goes into the brand.
Have people reached out to like take control of the brand in any way?
Totally.
Yeah.
Someone tried to, I don't remember the company, but someone tried to purchase it like a year ago. But it was so like, no.
They were lowballing you guys?
Or
totally.
a joke. Yeah. A joke.
Yeah.
Would you guys be willing to sell it eventually, or is it something you guys want to keep forever?
Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I do sometimes. I'll be like, okay, it's been too much. But
Right.
like I feel like the purpose of owning a Black-owned brand would be to keep it and not sell, because that's what's common. Exactly. But yeah.
I believe in Black ownership. So
can we talk about it, like actually make it a topic? Because I think that is so major. That you guys are not only 21, 22, but you guys are young Black women doing this shit on your own. Like, that is major. So let's talk about that. Yeah.
So I believe in Black ownership. That is the point of all of this, to build generational wealth and pass it down to, my kids and my siblings' kids. They don't want us to have Black wealth. So why would I sell a business when I know that it's going to last forever? The person that offered us whatever they offered us obviously saw value in our company and knew that if they were able to buy our company from us, that they would be able to scale it times 1,000. If you see that potential in us, what we're capable of. We just have to continue to put in the work to get exactly to the point that we're trying to reach. I always think about, was it the Black Wall Street that was burned down? They don't like Black independent wealth, so you have to fight against that. And I don't want to sell to anyone. I don't. Maybe have partners, okay, but just to give 100% ownership to a white man, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. And I don't care how much money they think I need or want from them. I don't want their money. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want it.
That's real. Yeah, you want to make an imprint, because you're talking about, being up there with Fashion Nova and stuff. Mm-hmm. But do any of these other companies, are they all Black, or are any of them Black owned?
No, and they're all men as well. So yeah, that's like kind of like the purpose. Also, when you said like our mission is just to be an example to other Black girls or just young girls. Period. Like, you can be successful without men.
Yeah, and then another thing about that, like, we want to be in the same conversations as like Fashion Nova and all these other brands. These same companies have repeatedly like stolen from us in terms of designs. So if they are looking to us to see what we're dropping next, we can surpass them in every aspect. Like, you're stealing from Black women. Black women are the blueprint. We're Black women owning a business. Like, we should be at the top of the game, not these white men.
Yeah, I like that. I was hanging out with my boy Kwaku yesterday, and he had a shirt that said Black History Month, and it had like a bunch of Black people who have made an imprint in our history, but it wasn't like your regular like Martin Luther King. It wasn't like, or not regular, but just mainstream, right? It was like people that I was asking them questions about, and I was like, man, this is a dope shirt for that reason, because you're bringing light to these people who we don't really know about, but took, like, they took a big step in America. Is there anyone that you guys like look after, just like, kind of like their style and how they're making an imprint in their industry? Because I think that it's common, right? You have like artists doing it. So is there anyone you guys kind of looking up to right now?
I look up to Rihanna and Kimora Lee Simmons the most. As far as women go, Nipsey Hussle is probably my biggest inspiration within like entrepreneurship, but Kimora Lee and Rihanna for sure.
Yep. What do you think stands out from them two?
They're basically like paved their own path and like created like I didn't realize how successful Kimora Lee is. Like,
sorry, I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Have you ever heard of Baby Fat?
Baby Fat? No.
Have you heard of Fat Farm?
Okay,
well, these are old school brands, like from the 2000s, which is what we got inspired by, really, with our brand. But yeah, she co-founded Baby Fat with her ex-husband, and like she built it to like become like $1 billion company, and like it's still going. You know, like she ended up selling it, I think, some years ago, and then she bought it back, and now she revived it, and she's still going with it. And then obviously Rihanna, like she's a billionaire too, and like just creates $1 billion businesses. So yeah, just inspirational.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you follow?
I was gonna say all the exact same people she said.
But you guys really are like.
But Rihanna especially, because she's not only like in that fashion, beauty, and skincare space, she's also in the music space. And since I make music, I think it's really cool to see someone doing all of those things. I mean, even though she hasn't dropped an album in forever, but I think
but
it's
her
cool.
music is timeless.
Yeah. I think it's cool to see that she's still going and still successful after all these years.
Right. Do you believe, on a real like human being level, do you believe that everyone should be a creator in their own way? Do you guys believe that?
I just feel like nobody should have to work like hard labor within like the corporate system, because like I feel like it's unfair. I mean, we all need someone to be like help us to check out at the grocery store or whatever. But like, I just feel like capitalism is like not. That's another conversation. But like, yes, everyone is creative in their own right. Like we're all born with some type of gift. It's like you have to just like tap into it, you know, and understand that we're all talented. So yeah, I feel like everybody is a creative.
Yeah. I think creativity keeps like the world going. Like you had to be creative to create these microphones, that light, that camera. Like creativity, it keeps everything going. Yeah, like she said, everybody has creativity inside of them. You just have to tap into it.
Right. Because based off of, what you were saying right now, Sade, I agree with you. Like we do need like, the Amazon drivers. We do need these guys, but let's not like sell them the dream that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
We're like hold them to that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm sure, there's people who, like, for example, me, I still have a job and I'm doing this. So it's helping me fund it.
Right, exactly. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. But the bigger picture, like you said, is like, nah, don't just hold them there.
That's right.
Because the entrepreneur mindset, like, I know, you guys seen your dad or your parents hustle. And I guess the church is, in a way, they're their own business because it takes a lot of work, right? I follow, do you guys know who John C. Maxwell is? He's a pastor, and he is like a great leadership. Like I have a bunch of books about him. A lot of people who follows like leadership kind of like studies this guy, but it's for the same reason, right? Because when you're running a church, you have to learn how to deal with people. You have to learn how to like, just run a business or just run an operation. You get what I'm saying? Did you guys like at a young age learn a lot from your dad being a pastor?
Well, aside from my dad being a pastor, he has multiple businesses. So I feel like not necessarily from being a pastor, but from his other jobs. Like my dad is always trying to like make sure we're good and make, money for us, to be straight, So seeing him just be relentless in, providing, yeah. And then my mom is also a hustler too, like crazy hustler. Like mom's a lawyer. So she has like just, both of them are just, we're like our, what's the word? What is the word? Basically what we look towards or look to for
your like your idols in a way, like your
I guess like get some money.
Role models,
role models.
Yeah. I think I've learned how to be a leader from my parents. My dad, like she said, like he's a pastor, he owns businesses, but he's also what does he do? He works at I don't want to just throw out his job, but he works with the school district, and he's been in this role for years, and they look to him to lead, and he leads in the church and he leads with his business. And then my mom, you have to be a pretty decent leader and communicator to be a lawyer. So I've learned a lot from them both.
Totally. Yeah, man. So it sounds like there's Black excellence in your household for real. Like, no, and I respect it, man. Like, I really believe like Black and brown is like slowly taking over and like in the right, you know what I'm saying? Like we built this country, not to get into politics too much, but I think so, and I think it has to happen from the ground up, And I think that's why, you know, you guys are playing your part by building a multi-million-dollar business, you know, soon, and not selling it, you know, because I think the initial reaction is to a lot of people, like, man, I just want to build this to sell it and then make a bunch of money. But you guys want to keep running this. So I salute that.
Yeah. And I think in some ways that's okay. Like if you just are, what is it called? Like, you know, I don't know, there's a term. Some people just build businesses to sell them, and that's, you know, that's what they do. But when you're building like a lucrative business that it's like so, I feel like impactful, and it creates such a like a genuine
like change. We're creating change.
Yeah, it's like it's not worth it. Like it's just not worth it. It's so many. I don't know if you remember Verses. Like remember like during the pandemic there was like the Verses people, like the artists, they would do.
Oh yeah, they would just like do like a verse a day type thing, or what are you
like
talking
the
about?
Verses, the lives. Did you see that?
Like Keisha Cole versus Ashanti.
Oh yes.
So I don't remember who created that, but it was
it Revolt or Swiss Beats, something like that.
Swiss Beats, and I think Diddy.
Okay.
But they were talking about how like white men were trying to buy it and stuff, and they were like, we would never sell to you guys. We would never sell. And we were like, no, black people were like commending them, but they ended up selling it. So it's like, what the heck? Like, why would you sell it? You know, like that was a really good idea, platform. But
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think our goal like has never been to just make hella money. Like you obviously have to make money to live, and we're gonna make money just because we have this business. But I don't think we have capitalist mindsets. So our goal has always just been to inspire people. And since we have this business, the larger it gets, the more people will be able to reach with our message. That's the end goal.
Yeah. Like as long as we can, like, you know, support ourselves, like it's not like we're out here trying to be like mad greedy. I remember we had did this drop where we sold like a really viral product and it was going crazy. Like we was making money, like for real. And we was like, okay, this is too much. We're done. Like, we're not selling anymore. Because it's like, we don't need any more than this. Like, we just made hecka. Like, why do we need to get any more? It's like, please. So it's like, if we had a capitalistic mindset, then we would, you know, keep it coming. Don't stop, you know? But it's, no.
Yeah, that would have also just put more work on us. Because like we said, it's only two of us. We could have hired some people to help us, but that just would have been too much work. Yeah. And also, the money that we make from our business, one of my goals is to redistribute wealth, because the billionaires that are popping today, they don't care to do that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just don't understand why not help the community? If you have all this money, share it. I don't get it. It's not that serious.
Yeah, and in ways that aren't so like I don't know what the word I'm trying to say, but people say like, oh, this money is going to a charity. This money is going to whatever charity. But like, nobody, like it's never really shown, you know, like how are you really helping,
like directly helping people? I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the part where if you sell the brand, you won't be able to do that anymore, right? Exactly. Not like you said, not because of the money, but of the message you guys are sending out there, right? Because you guys are essentially you guys are empowering women, right? And like nowadays, like obviously, you know, we could get as much as that as we, you know, like we can't get enough of that, you know. Is there a certain person that you feel like, I mean, obviously you don't have to like name them, but person that like you feel like you really like changed your life with your brand?
Honestly, there's a few of our customers, and maybe all of them, I don't know, but they always tell us that we're really helping them feel confident. I don't know, beautiful. We get messages every day, just super nice messages from our supporters and honestly, they might come from Fine Girl, they might come from YouTube, they might come from our Instagram, our personal Instagrams, but they're always letting us know how we're actually impacting them, and that's why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the most like heartwarming messages, like that's what makes it all worth it, when they tell us how much we're helping them, because it doesn't matter, like sure, money, whatever, but for us to be able to be like impacting people, like that's crazy to me. Like I feel like I said earlier, it's about how we make people feel on the inside. But just like if you're feeling down or you're depressed or whatever you got going on, and you throw on something that says that you're a fine girl, like you're automatically going to have your spirits raised. So I don't know. I just think it's important. Yeah.
And I think if I'm listening to this right now and I want to start my own brand, I got to figure out what message I want to put out.
Yep,
you know,
that's exactly important.
Because once you guys are pushing it out, like you guys are just finding different ways to just like market it out. Is it like only through Have you guys done something outside of just like selling things to push out your message?
Oh, actually, you know, we talk about, well, she doesn't make YouTube videos like that anymore, but I talk about the same things, you know, we're trying to spread on my YouTube channel all the time. I'll post messages on my Instagram. Whatever way I can get the message out, I'll do that.
What do you think the main message is?
I think the main message, honestly, is like self-love and just being a good person, but mainly self-love, because there's not a lot of that in today's world, and like America doesn't want you to love yourself, so we definitely try to emphasize that.
Damn, what do you mean by that? America doesn't want you to love yourself? Because I agree with it, but yeah, what do you think?
I think America profits off of our collective self-hate, like the cosmetic industry. I'm not saying that people that get work done hate themselves, but the cosmetic industry is $1 billion industry. There's so many industries that people, there wouldn't be industries if people actually loved themselves. Yeah, it's deep. I don't want to go that deep.
Nah, it's true though. It really is. Because even like, you know, you drive up here and then you pass like 5 McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. And even then, you know, it's like, this is just what people, they're getting off of work. You know, they don't got a lot of time. They got to go pick up the kids. They might not have a lot of money, and the first thing they can buy is just bullshit. Like, you know, nothing's actually accessible. So, no, that's why I agree with that statement where, America doesn't want you to win. That's why when you have 2 women here winning, it's beautiful. It's just like, man, like, it's motivating. Like, how can you not inspire somebody? You know? So, I mean, I kind of asked you guys, you know, the next for Fine Girl, but what about you guys? Like, is there a next step for you guys, just like lifestyle wise, or just like what you guys want to do?
I think right now I'm in a season where I'm just appreciating like what's in front of me. Cause like I said, for so long, it's just like on the go, like just living like a fast life. But, like I've been more into like, just reflection. I don't know, just always reflecting and like living, because like I'm only 22, and that's like how she said, like sometimes I feel like I'm like a grown man, you know, and I'm like, no, like, I want to enjoy my 20s. Like, sure, I'm gonna like put in the work and whatever and build this brand, but also like I want to have fun while I'm doing it too. Yeah,
and I mean, you guys already, what would you say, you're like 5 years in of just like the groundwork?
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
You know, and I think that's what it takes. You know, I think I heard Ice Cube say one day, he was like, man, like if you are expecting to make $1 within the first 10 years, don't even do business.
Exactly true.
Because when you guys talk to people who want to start their own business, is that kind of like their expectations sometimes? You think?
Like every time someone asks me for advice, they're like, how soon can I quit my 9 to 5? Or, you know, when do I start seeing a profit? And I'm like, girl, you're not going to see a profit for a long time. I'm sorry. If that's what you're really in this for, don't do it.
Yeah, that's not the goal.
Don't do it.
Nothing worthwhile happens overnight. Like you have to put in work. And a lot of their underlying motivations just be to make money. Like, it's not gonna work.
Or just like for the show of like, oh, I'm a boss. Like, girl, it's not that serious.
Yeah, this generation is kind of obsessed with starting a business, and it's unrealistic. And I wish more people told the truth about entrepreneurship, which is why I'm kind of happy that we're here, because people don't tell the truth about running a business. Like, not everybody can be an entrepreneur, because not everybody is like built for it. Not in a bad way. It's fine. Like, it's okay. Like you said, some people have to be employees and some people have to be employers. Like, it's okay. But to think that everyone needs to run a business is unrealistic.
Yeah. And there's other ways to be creative as well and make money without, you know, being an employee. Like, you don't have to, or, well, yes, you would have to be an employee if you aren't an employer. But there's other ways that you don't have to run your own business. Like, I feel like what I've been seeing more people getting into nowadays is like investing in like, like just stocks and things like that. And young people too, like really are making a killing. So yeah, there's other ways.
Yeah, we just had the last guy we just sat down with. He does stocks, he trades. And
nice.
Yeah, he makes a living off of that. He has really like 3-4 kids. You know, he's like a black man in his 30s, like financially free. You know, so yeah, like you're right. I think that's the challenge. You know, because a lot of people. Do you guys know who La Russell is?
I love him.
Yeah, he's the go for sure. But one thing that I seen him kind of go back and forth about the other day, he was just saying how, like, man, you weren't worried about getting paid in the beginning when you started this thing. And somebody commented back, he was like, yeah, but then I have like my necessities. I have to pay for shit. He was like, but still, you weren't like, basically he's saying like that same drive that you had before you were getting paid, like you should still have it while getting paid. And I think that's why you guys are so successful, honestly. Yeah. Cause you guys ain't let the money change y'all, right? Because I think you see that, right? Man, that's beautiful. I really like your guys' stories. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it like right up there with Fashion Nova for sure. Like I see it. You guys have the mastermind. Anything else you guys want to say before we kind of get off? I know we've been chopping it up for a minute. You guys want to shout out your social medias?
Totally. Okay. I'm on Instagram, the Shade Amari, TheSadeAmari.
I'm everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. The Najja Iman, TheNajjaIman.
Come on, quit playing with them. I'm sure if they came out here, they already know who you guys are. So. But I appreciate you guys for doing this, man. We need to run it back, like, you know, when there's a little bit more progress in life. Yeah. That way we can chop it up and you know, kind of touch base again. But no, I really did enjoy this. I learned a lot. I'm sure a lot of people, I hope, you know, they learned a lot too, because yeah, I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you do, but I think having the right mindset, you know, kind of helps you out. Let's talk about that one last time. Sorry, but just mental health, because I think it's just so important, man. I see it all the time. I've definitely had my fair share of like mental health. How important do you guys think mental health is?
100%.
It's the number one priority. Yeah.
Is there anything that like you guys would say about mental health? Like if there's like a quote or like something that usually helps you like get back into it?
There's a quote that I like to just like recite in my head. Okay. Just be kind to your mind and talk to yourself like you would talk to someone you love.
I love that. Damn, that is so true, because sometimes we treat others better than we treat ourselves.
Yeah.
Damn, that was fire. That's the perfect note to end it on, man. All right, Neighborhood Heroes, man. I'm here with Najja and Sade. Neighborhood Heroes for sure.